Here we go. I'm pressing the button and 1, 2, 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Stefan DeVille, tonight's host, and today's topic will be the power of music. But first, let me introduce the cast. Wayne.
Yo, what's up?
Got Charles Castile.
What's happening, people?
Chuck Smith.
Yes, indeed.
And Mellow Mike Thickpen.
What it do, baby?
So, first of all, before we get started, Chuck, can you give us a quick, update on our web pages where people can find us?
You can find us everywhere. As if you open your mouth right now and say, Alexa, please, what is it? Yeah, the Just Be a Man podcast. Open it up right now. We're right there, y'all. That was corny as I don't know what, but we are on Alexa. You can find us on. You can also find us on YouTube. As a matter of fact, go to YouTube right now and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. As a matter of fact, we value YouTube over more of the other social media podcasts. That's our homepage, or at least it will be in the future. So please go to YouTube and mash that subscribe button right now. We're also on Facebook, Facebook Live. So we're on Facebook. If you're seeing this and you are not a member of the Just Be a Man team, please hit the like button. We would love for you to subscribe, and we've got something for everybody, man. And Instagram, again, we're on all the social media platforms. And, I'm sorry. Last but not least, shout out to Haiti. You guys are really digging our show, and we really appreciate it. So we just want to say you're showing us a lot of love, so we want to show you all the love right back. So thanks a lot. Back to you, Steph.
All right, appreciate it, Chuck. Definitely. Hey, let's talk about some latest news. Deshaun Watson. Basically, it looks like he's being set up by the Texans, and I'm starting to notice a pattern. You notice J.J. Watt departed, and he just decided to leave, as well as they got rid of who's the wide receiver, number 10.
That was Hopkins. That was
Hopkins.
The year before.
Yeah, and now it's a smear campaign in progress with Deshaun Watson. What do you guys think about that?
Oh man, 19. That's a big number, right? So I mean, that number's kind of got me a little messed up. And as I was reading today, he was deleting Instagram messages and things like that. And his attorney said, yeah, that's normal. Old messages. I don't know. Nah, I mean, just specifically those messages. So, I'm on the fence now. That's all I can say. I'm on the fence. And I'm not one to really jump on the conspiracy theory bandwagon. However, I'm starting to see both sides, unfortunately. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but I'm starting to see both sides.
But did you hear the latest? It's like 18 females have come forward,
right?
Basically to defend him. So they're 19 against, they're 18 that are saying that, look, we gave this guy over 130 massages over the past 5 years, and there were no incidents, there were no issues. Now, I would like to see the 18 though, compare that lineup against the 19, just to see,
Right.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's damage control, right? Like, look, if Deshaun Watson was Chuck Smith, would we be talking about this? See what I'm saying? He got something to get, right? He got big money to get. And so if the Texans is behind it, they trying to make him not marketable. Nobody gonna want him anywhere else. So they're gonna have to stay there.
They're trying to devalue him. That's what it is.
Exactly. So I don't know. I'm not saying that these women don't have a case or don't have the right to whatever, but I'm just saying, how come it's always the people who got something that got money, right? Like just, I don't know, it just seemed too convenient. That's just me.
What happened to the culture club? I'm saying, like, when the young boys used to go to the NFL, NBA, all these different sports, and they were, a certain age, I thought they all was given a mentor, to talk with them and do whatever and show them how to handle their money, or the etiquette of going out. Whatever
they're still doing that.
That stuff exists.
Yeah, they still do it. Yeah. Absolutely.
So they made it an option.
But think about it like this, Mike. Think about it like this, though. In football, was 30 teams. When was a team carry? 55, 60 players? We talking about one person. You know what I mean? Like so maybe they, I don't know. I think that the old heads are doing what they can, but you still can't, you can only do what you could do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, how about you talking to your brother? How much he listened?
Yeah, now that you put it that way.
Yeah.
Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get through this, and I'm sure Deshaun will get through it. One way or the other. I just hope he lands a team. I hope he doesn't get blackballed like number 7 out of San Francisco. That's still not in the league, but we won't go there. Hey, next thing I want to talk about the infrastructure plan that Joe Biden has come up with. Fellas, I'll tell you, if it gets passed, that's going to be huge because, just driving on 301 out here, there are bumps all over the place. And can you imagine in the inner cities, especially like the Bronx, the roads, the bridges, how old those bridges are.
How you know they ain't already fixed?
Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't live in the Bronx. You're from Mamaroneck, last time I checked.
Oh, damn.
You know the roads ain't fixed in Mamaroneck.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the roads are fixed in Mamaroneck. It's Westchester County.
Bro,
go ahead, Charles.
I like the concept, $2 trillion for the infrastructure, things of that nature. But I don't know, man. I mean, they've been working on 395 since I was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
Look,
Facts.
I'm out here in Northern Virginia, and this 66 is like a nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I might not be from wherever, but I be on 66 quite a bit.
Yeah, but 66 was always going to be a 5-year plan, though. Yeah. And you just, unfortunately, you're in the middle of it.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff into that bill. As I'm looking here, it's beyond infrastructure. They're looking to create like 30,000 jobs. They're looking to do clean energy. They're expanding the clean energy workforce. So there's a lot to it. There's more than just the roads and things like that. Mm-hmm. And those are the things that I think people really need to pay attention to, because with this, looks like there's opportunities to come with it, jobs and things like that. But the bottom line is we are crumbling. So if they don't get this thing passed, man, and of course, the other side is already, shooting it down. So, hey, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of all the possibilities when it comes to solar as well as windmill that you just brought up, Chuck. I mean, that could power a grid, and there are a lot of spots in the United States, or let's just look at the Potomac River. No one really sails the Potomac River any longer. No big boats. Right. So put some windmills out in the Potomac River down below the Nice Bridge. Who knows? That may generate electricity as well as future jobs. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Steph, I know everybody's talking about infrastructure. Are we talking about something as minimal as roads, or are we talking about depots, like train depots, bus depots? We're talking about where the ships dock at, they're bringing all the goods from across the world. That type of infrastructure. Because I know, I see, when they talk about the I wonder how soon the money will get down to the bridges and to the roads versus the airports and different things like that. So I think if they explain that a little more in detail, I think it would be a little clearer. I think people would look into it. The opposition would look into it a little more, because right now they're trying to say it's a Trojan horse. There's a lot of things built inside of it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think so. For our watchers or viewers, go to whitehouse.gov, and I believe that the plan is there. I believe they've already got it posted. So obviously, we're the laymen just like you guys. So don't take our word for it. This is just our opinion. So go to whitehouse.gov, read it for yourself, and get informed.
Okay. All right. Let's talk the COVID vaccination. You guys plan on getting it? I don't mean to put you on the spot. Are you interested in doing it? Have you done it already?
Yeah, actually, my second shot is scheduled for tomorrow. So yeah, okay. I'm in there, brother.
Okay.
I got one shot in.
Okay.
I'm still waiting.
I got one shot in. My other one's scheduled for the for April 7th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm like Chuck. I'm still waiting. I mean, we're registered. My wife and I are both registered, but we may, just go ahead to the VA in the near future, because I understand the VA is actually allowing veterans to come in, and it's almost like you call and you could be there within 2 hours. So we need to get a jump start. And, and the reason why I bring this up, a lot of people are hesitant on the COVID vaccination, and understand, just based on history. But if you want to travel to certain countries, you have to have shots anyway. So let's just be realistic with it. It's something that is possibly going to save your life or save the life of one of your loved ones. So take it serious and really consider it.
I was just gonna say, there's a lot of bad history, right? So there's a lot of reasons why people are hesitant. But real talk, in a lot of our communities, we know the kind of stuff we put in our body. I'm not talking about the bars and the other places, but I'm just saying, the stuff that we worry about, just all that pork.
Hey.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I had sausage this morning. Leave me alone.
Swine is fine.
Hey, man, do what you do, but I'm just saying.
Bottom line is, man, you got to protect yourself. I mean, spring breakers are out there running amok, down in Miami and other cities. I mean, the numbers are surging again. So, I just looked at this as something not only to protect myself, but to protect my family. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
I work in the school system.
Right.
I'm dealing with kids. You can't be, they tell you to be 6 feet away. Yeah, kids are set up 6 feet apart. But if a young man needs help, he's asking for help with with doing something. I can't yell at you, and I can't, tell you what you need to do from 6 feet away. It doesn't make sense. I'll be hoarse. My voice will be done by the end of the day. So you do have to go on at least 5, feet or more for them to understand. So I'm doing it, like Charles said, for the protection of myself, the family, but also the kids, that we're working with, and hopefully everybody will, get their shot. And I understand that, like you said, there's history behind negativity of what it is, but as of right now, just like with the flu, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know. So,
we hear it all the time. People say, they came up with the vaccine too fast, and look, people's fears, at least people of color, their fears are valid. We've been the guinea pigs of medical science for years.
No question.
All right. So what's to say this is any different? And then when they were talking about rolling out the vaccine, when they were finally talking about even vaccine at all, first thing, what'd they say? Let's roll it out in the Black community first and see how it does. And what? Really? So people's fears were legitimized in that moment. But, it's one of those things where you just have to get educated. This isn't the Tuskegee experiment. There's real science behind this. And that's what we have to kind of get out to our community is it is safe. And that's just the long and short of it. I'm not a scientist, nor am I a doctor, but I've read and I have listened to the doctors and the scientists, and the doctors and the scientists that I listen to happen to look like me also. And I still have faith in man, and I have faith in doctors. So having said that, I think the vaccine is safe. I'm not a doctor, but the doctors in our community that have said that it's safe, I'm willing to go with that.
Well said, my brother. Well said.
Appreciate it. Yep, absolutely. Hey, the President of the United States and Vice President of the United States both got it. It's good for me. All right, moving on. You may notice the background has changed on my screensaver, or virtual background. That's what it is. It's not a screensaver. Hey, Charles, talk to the people about Manscaped.
I certainly will, my brother. Thanks for passing the mic. First and foremost, guys, support for tonight's program, Just Be a Man podcast, is brought to you by Manscaped. We picked them up as our first sponsor, so we're happy to do it.
Yeah.
See, brothers rocking their shirts tonight.
That's right.
All of us.
That's right.
Saving the ball.
Sponsor, baby.
Now, Manscaped, if you guys didn't know, they are the best. They are the absolute best in the men's below the waist grooming. Now, Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels, guys. They obsess over the technology developments to provide you with the best tools for your grooming experience. Now, Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, including the 5 brothers that you see right here on this podcast. Now, we have an exclusive offer for our viewers and listeners. So check this out, guys. You can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code JBAMSCAPED. So go to their website, which is manscaped.com. Again, put in the code JBAMSCAPE. Get 20% off plus free shipping, and take advantage of this fantastic product, guys. And let me tell you, you will not be disappointed. Manscaped actually hooked us up with a bunch of tools and formulas and their perfect package, which is their 3.0 kit.
Yep.
So some of these things, you know, we're sort of waving them in the screen right now. Manscaped has created the best ball hair trimmer, the lawnmower. And I'm holding this right here in my hand, 3.0. Now, this is their 3rd generation trimmer. It features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin safe technology. Now, I know I feel safer with this bad boy because in the past, I've had some issues. I've had some accidents using other products, and you know that's not a good feeling. Trust me, when you chafe your boys a little bit using inferior technology. So this one, let me tell you, I've been using this for a while. Matter of fact, my wife bought me my first Manscaped kit, believe it or not, and I've been using it ever since. Yes, sir.
Shout
yes,
out
sir.
to wifey. Get rid of the speed hair bumps. I hear it.
So, in addition, this trimmer actually comes with the LED light. You know, as you can see, those that are watching it.
So you can find your way in the dark.
Yes, sir, sir. More precise shave. It's waterproof. So if you're in the shower, you know, you could take care of your boys. Hair goes right down the drain. Bam. Nice, clean, and easy.
Bam.
Also, don't use the same trimmer, guys, that you use on your face, that you use on your balls. That's just nasty.
That's just nasty.
Do we have to tell you that?
Yeah, that's,
For
you
real?
know what I'm saying?
Because you're gonna know. Because you're gonna know. If you shave your nuggets and then you try to cut your nose here, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. Something gonna send you a signal. It's gonna say notorious. I'm not talking about notorious. I'm talking about in you, not N-O. In you, notorious. You're gonna get that smell. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
So guys, the package that they're gonna hook you up with, if you again go online, check them out. Everything that you need to keep your boys trim, cut free, smelling nice down there. Okay. Now the Manscaped Perfect 3.0 package includes also the crop preserver.
Bam.
Okay. Now this is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. Now you already put deodorant underneath your armpits, right? You already do that. So you might as well put it where it stinks the most, which
you
is
got to keep going.
That's right. Down in your balls, guys.
That's right. You got to coordinate.
You know what's happening.
Yeah.
Listen, you could walk from your house to the mailbox and you're going to have some sticky balls sometimes. So unless you use some products like this. So trust and believe it does work. Also, speaking of sweaty balls, okay, I'm thankful for the crop reviver.
I'm thirsty. Also. Hold on. You said sweaty balls. I'm getting thirsty. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Now the crop reviver. This product.
Wait a minute. How do you segue sweaty balls? I'm trying to figure that out.
Let me get through this, guys. You got to get to the show. Now this product, along with the crop preserver, keeps your balls from sweating, smelling, and sticking. Okay, so Manscaped threw in some free gifts with the package. There's a pair of high performance boxers. You know, very nice.
Yep.
Nice and comfortable. Keep your boys nice and fresh.
And cool.
In addition,
aerated.
Nice travel bag. Okay.
That's right.
Put all your grooming goodies in there. Take them with you down to Jamaica, wherever you go.
Bam.
So trim that junk of yours, guys. Again, get 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code JBAMSCAPE at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Your wife will thank you.
Hey, child.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate that. That's beautiful. And I would just like to say, don't delay. Do this, put this on your balls and have her stay. Thank you.
There you go.
Well, I appreciate it, Charles.
Hold on, Steph. One more thing is that, you know, sometime how you get the once over? If you use this right here, the Manscaped, you might get the twice over. That's what you want.
Hey.
All right, fellas, we 20 minutes in.
All right. Let's get to it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's discussion is something that we were discussing the other day. We're talking about music, and you know, we've talked a little bit about music, but we really wanted to dive in deep on the power of music and what it's meant for our lives, as well as, you know, what it's meant for you, the viewers out there. All right, look at this. Everybody knows this album. If you don't,
yes, the
classic.
Yes, sir.
If you don't, 1984, Purple Rain, Prince and the Revolution. And matter of fact, I'm sure all the old heads know every song on there because we went to the movies. And then, you know, and if we were lucky enough, we got tickets to see Prince at the Capitol Center. You know, 7 shows.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It was
for those
7
of
shows.
you in the DMV.
DMV. Oh my God, what a show! And it just shows the power of music. You know, I'm just going to throw a couple names out here: Patty, Prince again, Luther, Garth, Beethoven, Garth Brooks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
Not non-black artists, y'all.
Yeah,
non-black artists. There are some.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Ozzy Osbourne, you know, AC/DC, you know, those names.
I ain't hear Michael Jackson.
Well, I didn't want to bring up the King of Pop, but I will.
Yeah, you don't bring the king up all early. You gotta come on. You gotta come on.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just the power of music, and you know, and my background has jazz. I mean, if anybody I know is a jazz expert, is Wayne as well as Charles. I mean, those brothers live by jazz. You know, and you know, I use it sparingly, but still, just the power of music. So let's talk about music and what influences it had in your life. Wayne, I'm gonna have you lead off.
Wow. So obviously, I really like music. I like a lot of different types of music. Jazz is calming for me, right? That's something I could just put on low all the time. I listen to, what is that? Sirius XM radio. And I got, Watercolors, and they got Jazz Classics, and there's a couple others out there, but I kind of listen to that in rotation. There is a new HBCU channel, and they play jazz from time to time. So yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Channel 155, if you want to know. Okay. They play a lot of good stuff. So I like that music, but I also like a lot of stuff. But music is really important to me. It's just something that calms me down. It helps me focus on whatever I'm trying to do. Obviously, I grew up in an era with a lot of hip hop. So I still listen to that. I'm not really digging these dudes wearing dresses today, but still, I still listen to some of those old heads out there. And that's in my rotation, right? When I want to, I don't know whether I'm going to the gym or I'm going to, riding the bike or whatever. That's something to keep you up. And I even listen to gospel. You need some spirituality out in this piece, right? So there's a lot of people out there that are very influential, but music is powerful. Like, to me, I'd rather listen to music than watch television.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a great testimony. I didn't think about that. All right, well, Charles, what does music mean to you, and what has it done for you?
Well, I mean, music, man, it's like it's like the soundtrack of our life. You know what I mean? It's like it brings back so many memories when certain songs come on. I think back to house parties back in the day. Me, my boy Nick, and Tony used to go and do some stepping, at some of these house parties. I remember, family vacations, listening to Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield and things like that in the back seat. Saturday morning cleanup. Everybody had that back in the day. You wake up and there's music playing in the house. You know what I'm saying? And
that music playing.
Yeah. And let me tell you, some of it I could not stand, back then. But
at the time.
Yeah, at the time, couldn't stand it, man. It was my parents' music, so to speak. But as I got older, man, I gained just so much more of an appreciation for it. And a song could come on like right now that will instantly take me back. You know, I heard something, you know, just yesterday, matter of fact. Tell Me If You Still Care by the SOS Band. And you know what I mean? And that took me back to my little, you know, 10th grade girlfriend, you know, back at the time. You know what I mean? It's like that's what music does for me personally. And I think for a lot of people, it's the soundtrack of your life, as I said before.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Hey, Mike, talk to us about music, what it means to you.
Well, Steph, I'm glad you asked, brother, because I think y'all slept on me because my introduction to jazz back in the day was the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s when I first went to Cancun and went to the Cancun Jazz Festival.
Oh, wow.
That's when I thought I was balling, shot calling back in the day. And that's what, you know, we all blended together. I started learning when we was together, but then I dove into it. And I went to the Cancun Jazz Festival, and that's why I learned about Najee and Anita Baker, you know, a few Albright, my man Gerald Albright, a few of them. I can't even, you know what? I can't even think right now, but that's where I started from. But I listened to it all. I mean, from contemporary to hardcore to smooth jazz is where I found my love. But I used to also listen to acid jazz. Anybody ever heard of acid jazz?
Yeah,
you got to check it out. Acid jazz is cool. But yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just thinking about that. Some of the artists back then.
Yeah. So you know, I listen to jazz, but the R&B is where the heart is. And like Charles said, you know, we experienced the 85s to the 95s. We was up in there, and that was when we was together. We experienced a whole lot of good music back then, man. And like Charles said, the music he heard from SOS Band brought him back to 10th grade. There was one Renee and Angela song, I forgot which one it was, but it brought me back to Morgan, where we used to write our love note sessions. Remember in the room?
Oh yeah.
Friday night love note sessions. we writing our letters to our girls at home. We had our sharpened pencils. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We sitting there. Hey, we sitting there. We couldn't afford a full Coke, so I had the cup. Charles had the bottle, so we had to share. But we kept ourselves hydrated between crying and lying. You know, that's what we did. You know, writing those love letters. But there was a lot of songs that brought back a lot of memories, because when you're at school, you know, you're nervous, you got a little anxiety. Was that the fear, the unknown? You meet new people, you lost love, new love. You name it. A lot of emotions go around when it came to the R&B of our era, that 95, 85, 95. A lot of good music and a lot of good emotions, but there's also, you know, some sad emotions. And I would send a shout out to my boy Charlie Rock for not exposing me and holding me up, you know, because he was my crutch. And for me, as y'all can see, my size, you need two crutches, and Charles was there to hold me up. So I just want to say thank you, Charlie.
Hey,
but I love the music from the soul.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it,
sir.
Thank you very much.
Hey, well, okay, let's talk to the musician of the group, someone that was in a go-go band back in the day. Chuck.
R&B, all that.
Yeah. Talk to us about music, what it means to you.
Well, first, let me ask you a question. Was it music or gunshots that made us want to go in that club up in upstate?
It was gunshots. It was
gunshots.
Okay.
Definitely the gunshots.
Okay,
Hey, don't give Connecticut raw deal, man. It was love back then. It was love.
Hey, I'm sorry. You can't bring that up and not tell the story, bro. You got to be quick, though. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We were in upstate, was Hartford, Connecticut?
Hartford.
Okay, and we were trying to keep it really short. We were trying to make the decision whether or not we were going to go in this club. It was already late. It was way after hours, whatever. We were tired, but we still wanted to hang out and party, whatever. So we were outside the car. We was like, so look, what we going to do, fellas? We're going to go in the club, or we're going to stay in the car. Well, Charles, man, I think I'm going to stay in the car. Hey, man, let's go in the club. I think I might have a good time in the club. Let's go in the club. So that's what happened.
Instant decision making.
Instant decision making. We heard gunshots and we went straight to the club, man.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
But Chuck, talk to us about your love of music and the power of music.
Well, you know, it's. I'm also a chef, so like, good food, good comfort food, music is comfort. You know, it can be. And that's what it was for me. It was an expression, it was a way to release yourself, and you know, through music. As a musician, it's an expression of yourself. Food is music is for for example, it's we all have married couples. You have that special song. You know, that one song, your wedding dance, your first dance. You know, you always remember that song. It's always special. Most couples have that one song that defines them, defines their relationship. You know, whenever that song plays, you know, me and my wife, you know, our songs. I think it's kind of rare. Most only DC people know it. So whenever it comes on the radio, which is so rare, we almost damn near stop what we're doing to, you know, it's that, you know, music can be that special. It can draw that kind of emotion. And that's what music means to me, man. It means tapping into those feelings and stuff like that, man. There's those songs that you can remember. You know exactly where you were.
Yes, sir.
And you knew exactly what you were doing, and you know exactly who you were doing it with, right?
So, are you talking about the Kermit the Frog sounding song?
Yeah.
Yes, I can't think of the name. We'll have it for them. Yes.
Hey, bro, but I know you know Nikki Kelly, right, Stefan? She went to school with you. Bro,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
still remember what was playing at Nikki Kelly's house party back when I was in the 7th grade, bro, in the basement with the red light. So, yeah, music is all that, man. It takes you back to all those memories, like Chuck said.
And that means you touched something you weren't supposed to touch in that basement. That's what it means.
Man, listen.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
You can't tell. It's red light.
Who got access to a computer right now? What time? When did Fire and Desire come out?
That was early
Bruh,
80s.
that was the song. That was the song. Fire and Desire. If you were on the wall when that song was playing, bro, you had to walk out the room, man. If you did not have a dance partner, you had to leave, bro. I'm sorry. You had to
Listen, if back then, if I was smoking after Fire and Desire, I need a cigarette. That was a long song. And if somebody knew what they was doing, they know how to slow dance, or they call it slow grind, man, listen, I need a cigarette after that.
Yes, sir.
It came out in 1981.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
And it's 7 minutes and 20 seconds long, Mike. So you're right. It is a long song.
Shoot, it beat my record. Shoot.
Hey, man. Look, any Parliament song back in the day was guaranteed 15 minutes. I don't care what anybody says.
But
and you sat there and you listened to the whole thing and knew the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, Chuck, we talking about slow grinding for 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Luther Vandross, Superstar.
What?
I mean, that's almost like 14 minutes.
Yeah, the introduction alone, right?
And it's 2 songs.
Introduction counts.
Yeah, so you know, when we talk about music, I know going off the genre a little bit, but so when I got to Morgan was the first time I had ever heard of go-go. Had no idea what this was.
Shout out to the DMV.
Had no idea what this was, and you know, I had my little radio playing my music, and then you just hear clackety clackety clackety, junkyard band doing what they do, shaking like a white girl. And then next thing you know, so you know, I meet these dudes here on this call. Charles, first one brought me to a go-go. I don't even know if it was their first year. It might have been that second year.
I remember
we got
that
together, PG Community College.
Yes, sir. Chuck Brown. Chuck Brown was in the house.
And I'll tell you what.
Charles, he brought me a baseball cap. He said, put this on. Before we went inside, he said, put this on and pull it over your eyebrow. I'm like, over my eyebrow? Over your eyebrow. So,
all I know is that I used to clown and make fun of it or whatever. But when I got there and I saw how live it was and how people responded to it, I mean, that's again, like music. Like my mind was changed like that. It was like this whole big thing. This whole big thing that I knew nothing about. And it was.
I didn't know what happened, but I knew I was sore the next day. My quads, something was wrong. My quads. And...
You trying to look over everybody.
Somebody had me down low.
You got jumped in because that was before the butt and all that one. That was before school days.
It was before that. We went before that, but you know, we were still in school during that, like towards the end of that.
I was chasing somebody. When they dropped low, I tried to get lower, and by the time then, we was on the ground.
But I mean, I'm just saying that's a real example of how, you know, you just know what you know, and then you just think anything else is trash.
Mm-hmm.
We were introduced to the culture.
You're like, yo, that's crazy.
Right. You know, I appreciate that child introducing us to the culture.
And you know, and that's a great thing about music because it can be regional as well as national. or as well as international. You know, because a lot of times you'll listen to a rap song and they've stolen a lyric from or a beat from India, you know, or Afro beats. They've stolen something, well, not stolen, but permanently borrowed and paid royalties for something that was made using jazz music. You know, and that's a great thing about music. Well, something I want to share with you guys that I found it interesting. You know, back in the day, I just showed that album earlier, but really people don't download albums anymore. They're basically downloading singles, you know, and they're looking at singles. So, for example, you know, the music industry made 408 million on singles, but they only made 368 million on downloading albums. Of course, they downloaded 329 million singles, but only 37.5 albums. So really, you know, it's showing that people are going after the singular things, but the singles, but also at the same time, it's showing that you know, when we used to collect CDs and albums, we had no other choice but to collect the whole album. You know, now you have the ability just to grab a single, you know, that track that you like, and, you know, and keep it moving.
So there's good and bad with that, right? So you get to customize your music, right? But if you, I bought the album, Anita Baker's first album, Songstress, just for the one song, Angel. And the whole album is fire. Like, but you would have never known it because it never really made the radio.
Right.
So, but that's the same thing. You're like, oh, I need to get Angel, so I'm gonna go download that for 99 cents. But you don't know anything else that she put out at that time. So I mean, it's good and bad.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I just want to be your girl, chapter 8.
Yeah.
That's what I know about her.
And now, you know, I heard the entire Sade album at least 40 times during the course of a week. So I mean, I knew all her music.
Because Wayne was playing it in the dorm.
What?
Is that why?
Yeah,
in the dorm, as well as in the apartment.
Wayne was so confused.
That's it.
Is that what it was?
My tape was stuck.
All right. So
I heard
anyway,
there were real tears. That's all I heard.
Yeah, absolutely. Wayne was going through something. Yes, a lot on a constant basis.
Black people.
He didn't wait to cry in the car.
No, it was Dr. Fletcher's business class. We all were going through something at that time.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it through, brothers. Just trying to graduate.
Yeah, that was stressful. But anyway, so we talked about you know, the power of music as well as what it's meant to us. One thing I wanted to mention is you can't go to a family cookout and the cookout not be successful without Frankie Beverly.
No,
sir.
That's a sin. That's a sin, bro. That's against the law.
No.
Right. Yeah. Before I let go, it has to be played.
Right.
What?
No. Yes. Yes. And of course you got to have, you know, the drunk uncle or aunt. You know, this is how we used to do it back in the day. You know, and show you the moves. That's Yeah. All y'all doing is repeating what we used to do back in the day. You know, but that's the same thing we used to do. Go ahead,
Frankie Beverly, and you know, you got to play Summertime at the cookout.
Yes.
Oh, no doubt.
You got to play Summertime.
Yeah.
Classic, bro.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yes.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah. No question about it.
Jazz.
No question about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else, guys? The power of music?
Yeah. How about movie soundtracks, man?
Oh.
I mean, think about back in the day. You had Car Wash.
Yes.
Claudie. Man, I think my favorite movie soundtrack was from the movie Love Jones.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say.
The Neo Soul.
Right.
Oh my God, man! It just took over, brother.
Neo Soul, right there. Neo Soul, first introduction for me.
Yeah, matter of fact, one of our comments said Neo Soul is genre all day, and no question about it.
Yeah,
no question about it.
Yeah, Love
Jones. And if you guys ever have an opportunity to go to a concert, go see Anthony Hamilton. Oh my God, old school Neo Soul. That brother sings from the beginning to the end.
That's my favorite, Charlene.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, my man Charles's man was Will Downing.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Will Downing.
Yeah.
That dude is still current.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He actually he was sick for a while.
But he does a lot of jazz. He does a lot of jazz vocals.
As a matter of fact, I think Charles is the one that turned me on to Will Ferrell. I'm sorry,
Rochelle Farrell.
Rochelle Farrell and Will Downing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember back in the day, that one blew me away.
Yeah, that's a heck of a song.
I was a slow jam connoisseur back in the day, bro.
Right.
That was my thing.
Now, obviously, we all go way back, but me and Charles go way back to Tacoma Station.
Oh my God, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've been rocking with jazz from in high school. Here's how long we were rocking. Charles, what's the first restaurant that I wanted to open?
Oh, Bourbon Street.
The home of real jazz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And that's in high school. And I did open a restaurant. It just wasn't Bourbon Street. But me and Charles on the weekends, if you were looking for us, we'd be at Tacoma Station, listen to Selena McDade.
Oh my God.
Singing her rendition of My Funny Valentine. And we were eating the wing basket.
Drinking Long Island iced tea.
Drinking Long Island iced teas. All right?
Yes, sir. That was
let me tell you, man. One of the best memories that I have is me and Charles, and we were at Tacoma Station with others, and we were listening to jazz. And I mean, it was just a really good night. The music was spot on. Usually when you go out to an after hour spot, the food was actually decent. The drinks were flowing, and they were I mean, one sip you knew what time it was. We just had a really great time that night. But what really made it special was obviously the people, the atmosphere, but the music.
Mm-hmm.
The jazz that came out of that club back then, maybe even today, I haven't been in a while. I know they've kind of changed their format a little bit, but the music that was coming out of that club was just absolutely fantastic.
It was fire.
And Tacoma Station, explain Tacoma Station. It's not that big, right?
Tacoma Station is just as you would imagine in your mind. It's a small tavern. That seats maybe about, I'm going to say on the high side, maybe 125, maybe 150 comfortably. And, you know, they have local as well as national acts. Stevie Wonder's been through there. I mean, the list goes on. I don't have to name them. But it was the place to go, especially back in the day around that time. We're talking about the 80s, mid 80s through for premier jazz in the city. And Charles and I, this was right after high school, through college, you know, we're in there. And oh my God. I mean, and we've seen a lot of great people come through there, but it was just talking about Tacoma Station with you guys. I mean, I think you can see it just in Charles and I, the way we're reacting to it. It was a feeling. It was, as they say, it was a whole damn vibe. Yes, and it was just one of those things that, you know, we will take with us. And now that I've said it, I need to go back.
Hey, I got a question.
As soon as the world opens up again, but it was just one of those. Was the music that came out of that place, as well as the place, the atmosphere, all of that. It was just a great place. That's the easiest way to sum it up. It's just a great place, great time, and it was memorable.
Great, thanks for that, man. I almost got a man tear from that story.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up, brother, because that was my introduction to my boy, Norman Brown. Now, I met Norman Brown at the House of Blues in Louisiana.
Okay.
Now, this is on a humbug. I was down in Louisiana visiting some people, and I heard of him, but it just so happens that he was coming down there, and I made plans, and I wound up going to the House of Blues in Louisiana, and that's why I got hooked on my man, because he was, Norman Brown was bringing the noise. That's when he just started, bringing the noise. And I started following him also with the repertoire that we built up at school, along with the Sades, the Bakers, whatever. But also, I think I snuck down there on y'all, and who was I with? I don't know if I called anybody or not, but I went down to the Blues Alley. Anybody know what the Blues Alley is?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Georgetown.
In a lot of places.
Yes.
Yeah. Your boy slid down to the Blues Alley down there in
Georgetown.
What was it? Georgetown.
Yeah.
Georgetown, I saw Joshua Redmond for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did some things. I think everybody's genre split out, but as we started learning, we brought it all back together. We shared, different experiences. And I think that's why we dig each other's music when we're around each other, because it's all on the web of what we listen to. You know what I mean?
But when you think about our story, man, I mean, music kind of ties us together. I mean, I remember when I arrived at Morgan, you all were reciting those rappers, from New York that I had never heard of before in my life. And so as y'all were introducing me to that, I was introducing you to the go-go flavor in the DMV.
Yep.
Of course, we were sharing, slow music back and forth. Now, Mike, you got to tell the story about James Ingram, Just Once, from that movie, The Last American Virgin.
Man, The Last American Virgin. Man, listen, that had brothers shedding man tears for real. Because I don't know if anybody ever watched The Last American Virgin, but if you go back in your repertoire, I don't even know if they got it on. I think they stopped making it on VHS. But back in the day, I think you can find it online, but you gotta see that. It's a coming of age movie, and you were so into it. And then when my man, listen, when my man got dog, and that James Ingram came on, man, listen, had brothers turned away like, yo, I'll be right back. Let me go get some popcorn. We was with that character, and then when he got hurt, brothers didn't want to look at each other like, yo, what time is this over, yo? I mean, everybody had the wet face, wet cheek. Like, what happened?
But when you hear that song, it takes you right back. Right back.
The Last American Virgin. I'm telling you, that movie, man. And that was a coming of age movie because we was going through that coming of age. We were learning about ourselves at school, interacting, going out, hanging out, getting hurt, getting happy, getting drunk, wilding out, whatever. But it was just a coming of age, and I think it fit right into where we're at the time.
Well, real quick, two things. One, I want to, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out. I mentioned in that what I said about Tacoma Station about Selena McDade, who is a hometown legend. I should say that. And she passed away. So I just
she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
she passed away.
Wow.
And so I just want to make sure I do shout out Selena McDade. She gave us so much.
Wow.
Rest in peace to her. Man.
And I forgot what the other thing was, but if I remember it, I'll come back to it.
Okay, not a problem.
I'm sorry. The other thing was Blues Alley. Blues Alley is closing.
Yeah.
It is closing. Yeah. So real quick, I'm gonna take this time. There was a my wife and I's anniversary is the 21st of April, and that is the same weekend that Alex Bouillon performs at Blues Alley every year. And that was our, every couples has their thing. So every year for many years running, my wife and I would celebrate our anniversary, and that was our celebration. And we always get there. We always, he's always so nice and gracious, and we're able to take a photograph with him every year. So we've got several photographs with Alex Bouillon. So Blues Alley is closing and with that closes a chapter on one of our traditions. So I just wanted to say that Blues Alley, you were a big part of our lives. The music there was absolutely fantastic for the district. And sweetie, I love you. And we'll just have to start a new tradition.
Hey Wayne, real quick, what's our boy's name that we used to listen to all the time? What's the male jazz musician?
Kenny G.
No, Steph, don't make me come over there and grab you the headlock.
Najee. I don't know. Najee.
Wait. From where?
Jump sample, baby.
Yeah,
Joe Sample.
Oh my God. My man said Kenny G.
That's how much Kenny does jazz.
That's worse. That's worse than Sex on the Beach. His drink.
Well, we're not gonna talk about bitch in the glass on this podcast.
Wait, go ahead, Mike.
Me and Wayne went blow for blows with Joe Sample. When I got a CD, he got a CD. Yo, did you get this one? I'm like, nah, I ain't get that one.
Yeah, so spell down, ashes to ashes.
All this stuff going back and forth. We had a battle. He's like, yo, you get this one? Nah, I got that one. Yo, we got all his stuff. It was good stuff, though.
And did Joe Samples pass away recently, too?
Yeah, he passed away.
It's been some years, but yes, he did pass away.
But he did an album with Layla Hathaway before she was hot.
I got that one.
Yeah,
I got that one.
No, I do. Yeah. If you got it, I got it.
No doubt. No doubt.
I try not to have a favorite artist, but if I did have a favorite artist, it would be Layla Hathaway.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can just sit and listen to Layla Hathaway all damn day.
Yeah. No question.
Yeah.
No question. Matter of fact, she did it with the song. Layla Hathaway did it with Joe Sample. The song.
She did a whole album.
Yeah. When When Your Life Was Low.
Yeah, that's a popular one. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, fellas, I think we done talked about
Well,
the
Steph,
power of music.
one
Go
more
ahead.
thing, Steph. I want you to speak on this because you brought it up before. I mean, we talked a lot about a lot of different music, but when we brought this up before, you talked about gospel in the church, and I thought you was gonna touch on that just a tad. So I'll let you get that in.
Well, I tell you, yeah, gospel music. My mother's a musician, and now she wasn't into gospel music, but we had gospel music around our house quite often. And my grandfather, her father, was a minister, so really that's all I could listen to when I was there. But gospel music has been instrumental in all of our lives in some fashion, some way, shape, form, or fashion. Because there are certain gospel artists that you hear and you automatically know: Donnie McClurkin, Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin. And it's the power of that music that has pushed us through so many things of our lives. So yeah, gospel music is very important, and it's something that I think has really transformed Black lives. Really has transformed Black lives. The other thing is, one thing about music with me is I have gone universal or international. I enjoy reggae. I enjoy Afro beats. You give me a good song out of the Middle East, I don't know what the hell they're saying, but I mean, it's just that vibe. It's just that vibe, and that's the power of music. I mean, there's a song I'll get you, Mike. There's a song out of South Africa called Jerusalem, and it's basically it's in the one of the South African voices or tongues, but it's an unbelievable song, and that song has transformed this artist internationally, and they've got an actual dance from it. So go ahead, Mike.
Well, I just want to send a shout out and apology to Yolanda Adams because when they used to play her song at the end of the night at the club, alone in the room, just me and you, I didn't know who she was talking about, but I know what I was doing. I was acquainting myself and my fingers with the uniqueness of a situation of whoever I was with, and I just want to apologize to her because every time I heard it, alone in the room, just me and you, and then I was get on the floor and do my thing, and I didn't know.
And I just want to apologize
because
you are
when I listened to
wrong
the
for
song,
that.
it was gospel. But the DJ didn't know what the hell he was doing. He probably couldn't even read. But he over there playing it at the end of the night. Got me over here squeezing on people, trying to encourage them to bring themselves into me, into my life, all night. And I just want to say, I apologize, Yolanda Adams, because, I didn't mind being alone in the room. Just me and you.
On that note, we're going to switch over to.
Oh my God!
We appreciate you all joining us for this conversation. We're going to switch to something we haven't done in a while, but we need to continue doing it. And it's drop the mic. Of course, Mike is not going to be the first one up because we'll probably have to shut it down. But anyway, Wayne, drop the mic.
Hey, well, guys, I don't have a whole lot I want to talk about this time, except that, I want to talk a little bit about sports. It was good to see. It's good to see an NCAA tournament this year. I think you don't notice how much you missed something until it was gone. And I'm not a huge college basketball. I like college basketball, but I don't come from a big Division I school, so I don't have like a favorite team. I just like to watch the young players play. And the tournament is a time where I got to see it. And last year, not having it, we were going through something. But what I really felt for was the kids, like the seniors. Like that was their last hurrah. That was it. Yeah. And so this year, these kids had a chance to play. And so I just wanted to say, my drop the mic is, I'm glad things are getting back to normal, reasonably normal. And I'm looking for it to get even better. Mic drop.
Yeah.
All right. Chuck, drop the mic.
Spring cleaning. As you are spring cleaning this year and you are cleaning your homes and getting rid of all the clutter and debris and all the things that you've accumulated all the years, don't forget to spring clean yourselves. Get rid of all the toxic stuff that's inside of you. Get rid of all that nonsense and move forward. I'm cut it off right there. I can talk about that forever. Spring clean.
Okay, appreciate it.
Mic.
Mic is dropped. Mic is dropped. Okay, Charles, drop the mic.
All right. Well, I just want to take this opportunity as my drop the mic to congratulate my daughter, Sydney. She received an official acceptance letter from her dream university, Spelman College.
Oh, that's good stuff.
And
right.
we are
Right.
incredibly proud.
Woohoo.
She's worked
Yes, sir.
hard. And I just want to say, you know, to my baby girl, again, congratulations, mic drop.
Oh, that's a great mic drop.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Charles, you should have went last. That's hard to follow, brother.
Hey, it's all good, brother. It's all love.
All right. Well, I'm gonna drop the mic and hit a mic because anything's possible. We're talking about, just talking about Spelman College and in the great state of Georgia. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, voter suppression is real and it's prevalent. And we saw it this past week with the governor of Georgia enacting a law which basically is discriminatory and just downright ugly. And it's focused mainly towards persons of color, you know, where the concentration of persons of color are. Eventually we'll get through this, but it's just showing you that there are certain parties that if they don't cheat, they can't win. So they're going to do anything and everything they can to win. It's a shame, but here in 2020, it's evident. So we've got to continue doing whatever Stacey Abrams tells us to do. We're going to do it. Mic drop.
All right.
Mike.
I just want to say real quick, we got like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
So just
go ahead,
All right. Real quick, I would just like to say that COVID-19 is real out there, people. Just because you get your shots don't mean you don't have to wear your mask. And people who got their shots come over your house without their mask on, please keep your mask on even after your shot. All right, it's very important. And also, I know Charles sent a shout out to Manscaped. I just want to say that my satchel is happy. And you know how people get a facial? I got a ballation. You know, my ball got a facial. So I just want to say my goodies, my nads, my nuts, my coin purse is happy. So go out there, get that Manscaped at what? At what, Charles?
Manscaped.com. Use that code JBAMSCAPED.
You heard it first. Take care of your purse. Deuces.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. We'd like to thank you once again. Check us out on any and all social media platforms. And with that, Mike.
Deuces again.
Let's go to Tacoma Station, Chuck.
I need a drink.